San Fernando Valley, 1973. A group of boys are getting ready to have their school pictures taken. Meanwhile, a few other boys set off a cherry bomb in the bathroom. One of the boys, Gary Valentine, sees the photographer's assistant, Alana Kane, and instantly likes her. He tries to talk to her, but she doesn't seem interested. She tells him she is 25 years old, while Gary is only 15. Gary tells her that he is an actor and keeps trying to impress her. In the end, he convinces her to hang out with him, but she says it's not a date. Gary and Alana meet at a restaurant where Gary goes often. He seems to know the manager. They talk about their lives and jobs. Gary tells Alana that he also works with his mother at a public relations company. He tells her that they won't forget each other. They walk together afterward. We see that Alana lives at home with her parents and her two sisters. Gary lives with his older brother, Greg. Gary helps his mom, Mama Anita, at work. They meet with a restaurant owner named Jerry Frick and his wife Miyoko. Jerry and Miyoko are trying to open a new Japanese restaurant. During the meeting, Jerry speaks to his wife using a fake and uncomfortable Japanese accent. Later, Anita tells Gary that she can't go with him as a chaperone for his trip to New York. He is supposed to go there for auditions and to appear on a variety show. Alana goes with Gary to New York. There, Gary meets up with his co-stars from the movie, Under One Roof, where he played one of many siblings. One of the stars of the film is the famous actress Lucille Doolittle. During the live show, Gary hits Lucille on the head with a pillow. Later, during an interview, he makes a joke about doing 3 beavers. Lucille gets angry at him for being rude and hits him backstage. Later, Gary meets a talent agent named Gail and films a commercial for a vest. While Gary is busy, Alana meets another young actor named Lance, and they become friends. After they return to California, Alana starts dating Lance. She brings him home to have dinner with her family. During dinner, when her family asks Lance to say a prayer, he refuses. Even though he was raised Jewish, he says he is now an atheist. This upsets Alana, and not long after, she decides to end the relationship. Gary starts a new business selling waterbeds. He brings in his friends Kirk and Mark to help. He also brings in Alana, who is now becoming closer to him as a friend, even though Gary is still in love with her. They go to a trade expo called Soggy Bottom, where other vendors are present, including one for the Munsters, with actor Fred Gwynne attending. As Gary works to sell waterbeds, a group of police officers suddenly arrive and arrest him roughly. They think he might be connected to a murder case. Alana runs all the way to the police station to help. After some time, the real suspect is found, and Gary is released when the person says he doesn't know Gary. When Gary walks out of the station, Alana is waiting, and he hugs her tightly. Alana starts answering the phones for the waterbed business. Gary tells her to sound more sexy on the phone, but he feels she goes too far with it. Later, Gary goes with her to meet an acting agent named Mary Grady. When the agent asks Alana if she would be willing to do nude scenes in movies, Alana says yes. Gary gets upset and tells her to say no instead. They argue on the way home because Gary is jealous. He says it's not fair for other people to see her naked when he can't. Later, Alana shows Gary her breasts to prove a point but slaps him when he asks to touch them. Alana goes with Gary to another event where he's selling waterbeds. While they're there, Gary sees a girl from his school named Sue Pomerantz. He starts talking to her, and after a while, they go off together to hook up. Alana sees this and looks jealous. Out of spite, she randomly kisses another guy who's there. Since she was modeling the waterbeds in her underwear, she ends up walking home wearing only that. Later, Alana goes to an audition for a role in a film. She's paired with a well-known actor named Jack Holden. Jack likes her and tells her she reminds him of Grace Kelly. He takes her to a bar called The Tail o' the Cock, where Gary and his friends also happen to show up. At the bar, Jack runs into an old friend, a director named Rex Blau. They convince the crowd to watch Jack perform a motorcycle stunt from his movie, The Bridges of Toko-san, a stunt he originally did with Grace Kelly. Alana agrees to get on the back of the motorcycle for the stunt. But as soon as Jack speeds off, she loses her balance and falls off the back. Gary quickly runs to check if she's okay while the others are cheering for Jack. He walks her back to the waterbed store, and she eventually falls asleep there. Gary watches her for a moment and thinks about touching her, but in the end, he decides not to. News reports begin talking about an oil embargo that is causing a serious gas crisis. Alana points out that the crisis is partly related to waterbeds, since they are made of vinyl, and vinyl is made using oil. Later, Gary, Alana, Greg, Kirk, and Mark go to deliver a waterbed to the house of a Hollywood producer named John Peters. John turns out to be intense and a bit crazy. He questions Gary over how he pronounces the name of his girlfriend, and then threatens to kill Gary's whole family if anything goes wrong with the waterbed setup. Gary and Alana begin setting up the bed, but while filling it, they accidentally pull the hose out too early and water spills onto the carpet. Realizing the mistake, they quickly get the other 3 boys out of the house before John notices. As they are driving away, they run into John again. He's walking up a hill because his car has broken down. He makes them take him to a gas station to fill up a gas can. But once they're there, John gets into an argument and threatens a man by spraying him with a gas pump while holding a lighter. Seeing this, Gary and the group panic and leave John at the station. They head back toward John's car, and Gary starts smashing the windshield out of frustration. But then their truck runs out of gas. They are forced to roll it down the hill backwards, trying to control it carefully. Eventually, it comes to a stop in the middle of a street. Gary and the boys leave to go find gas. Alana stays behind, sitting on the street. A little while later, John Peters appears, now walking alone. He throws a garbage bin through the window of a store. Alana stays quiet and hidden so he doesn't see her. John then walks off and starts trying to flirt with 2 passing tennis players. As the gas crisis gets worse, the waterbed business starts to fail. Gary and Alana both decide to move on to something new. Gary uses his money to invest in a pinball arcade, while Alana chooses to do volunteer work for Councilman Joel Walks, who is running for mayor. Gary and Alana get into an argument over their separate paths and what they want from each other. After the fight, they go their separate ways. While working at the campaign office, Alana notices a creepy man hanging around and watching the building. She goes outside to confront him, but he gives strange and vague answers about why he's there. Later, Alana is invited to have drinks with Walks, and she notices the same creepy man sitting nearby again, keeping watch. During the evening, she meets Matthew, who is revealed to be Walks's partner. Alana realizes that Walks is gay, but keeps it a secret because he's a public figure. Running for office. The creepy man is likely a spy, trying to get information to hurt Walks's campaign. Walks asks Alana to go home with Matthew and pretend to be his girlfriend to help keep up appearances. When they arrive at Matthew's place, he breaks down and begins to cry, asking Alana if she has a boyfriend. She replies, yes and no. They both cry together, realizing that the men in their lives have let them down. At the opening of his pinball arcade, Gary is dealing with a rowdy crowd of obnoxious kids and adults. While trying to keep things under control, he runs into one of Alana's friends and quickly asks where she is. He then rushes over to the campaign office to find her, but she's not there. At the same time, Alana goes to the restaurant where she and Gary had their first outing, hoping to see him, but he's not there either. Both of them keep searching, going from place to place, until they finally run into each other, literally, outside a movie theater. Gary takes Alana back to his arcade and proudly introduces her to someone as Mrs. Alana Valentine. Alana rolls her eyes and calls him an idiot, but then Gary kisses her. They run off together once again, and this time, Alana tells Gary that she loves him. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.